Coal, at the core of our industrial revolution. It powered our factories, fueled our trains, kept our merchant and naval ships at sea, generated electricity across the land, and warmed our homes.
But there's an old saying, make the best of a bad job, and that's what mining is. So it's not a really good job. It's dirty, it's hard manual work, but there's loads of fun to get out of it, and you make friends basically for life.
I enjoyed the challenge to explain it to a person that's not been down a mine. When you see coal churning off a coal face, it's a lot of satisfaction.
I enjoyed it not only for the point of view because it's educated me for life, but you've got to work with these guys underground to understand they're your brothers. And I go back tomorrow.
Moving through the ranks, I did most jobs underground. Went to school, went to college, went to university, and finished up with one of the top jobs.
But my admiration for miners, the further you go back, my admiration goes up now, because it must have, I don't know how they did it.
But in the Victorian period, they were slaves to the industry.
But whole families, children as young as 4.
I can't understand how it must have felt, those young children being down in the coal mines.
I think the scariest thing would be if you were a trapper who closed and opened the doors. You'd be on your own in the dark, and then it would be really scary.
And basically hand clawed the coal out of the basic of tools, and they dirty, dangerous. They didn't understand the gas presence. They didn't understand it because it was just exploding, because they couldn't see it, couldn't smell it.
It would be quite dangerous because the roof could collapse and fall in, and they were really small spaces, and they had to work long hours and with very little light.
Through engineering and education, we now have developed a far safer way of producing coal, and a lot more of it's mechanisation compared to the basic pick and shovel that the Victorians used to have to use. I like to get into the schools and tell the kids, learn where you've come from, what people have done to give you the advancement in life that you've got now, and hopefully learn and again progress.
Well, it's been very interesting because I never knew there was mines and I don't know anything about it, so it's been quite fun to learn about it.
The men that used to be miners, they were telling us stuff about what they used to use and what they used to do down in the mine and how it felt for them.
It was actually pretty cool because in my life I've actually never met a miner or actually heard a lot about miners.
And we got to have a look at all the things that they brought in.
And they told us stuff that they used to do and all that.
I didn't know that they wrapped their sandwiches in newspaper and hung them up so the mice couldn't get them.
We got on the helmet and there would be a light on it so you could see.
Some of it was quite heavy and actually felt pretty awesome.
It makes you think that all this could have happened around you, around this area.
It brings everything to life for the children. It just makes everything just more real for them, and it's so important for their understanding of their local history and heritage.
The safety regulations that they had when they in the early days of the start of the mining business weren't that good, because a lot of people died in the mine, the 9 men of Madeley. We went to the cemetery part of St Michael's Church. We mainly looked at the 9 men of Madeley's grave.
The 9 men of Madeley, they died because they had carried more people than they were supposed to carry on the lift for up and down, and the hook wasn't attached properly, so that's how they fell.
If you want to find out about the place you live, it's quite interesting because you might see it in a different way afterwards.
So instead of thinking more of what's going to happen next, you bring yourself back to the past of how it was like in the mining times.
There were coal mines all over the country.
Lancashire,
North Wales,
Durham, Northumberland,
Staffordshire, Warwickshire,
Leicestershire,
Gloucestershire,
South Wales.
Coal mining is an integral part of our heritage and our national story.
What can you find out about coal mining in your area?
How important is coal mining where you live? Where are the nearest coal mines to your school and your community?
Are there any former mining sites or memorials that you could visit?
Are there any local museums or groups in your area that you could contact?
What can you find out about your local coal mining heritage?